And welcome back to Law Call on today at 11. Let's go ahead and start back with our next phone call of the day. Marla has a question, Rocky.
All right.
Hi. I had a question about my daughter. A couple of years ago, she got T-boned by a woman who ran a red light, and it really messed her leg up real bad. She has a rod from her knee to her foot. They said that the bone was just shattered, that it may never grow back over the rod, to where she can use it properly. And her pelvis was just broken in several places, and really she had to quit working and everything. Well, come to find out, the woman didn't have insurance, and at the time, my daughter didn't have the insurance that would cover the uninsured motorists, as I just heard y'all talking about. And I was wondering if there was anything that we might could do, or some advice.
Well, what advice would you have for Marla? Sounds like a very painful injury.
This is awful. This is a really bad situation. I'm not going to have necessarily great news for Marla or her daughter, but first off, I'm sorry that this happened. Sounds like a terrible injury with a rod and screws and all that. I mean, it'll really just debilitating, and it's something that's going to be lifelong. The first thing is, you said it's been about 2 years. In Mississippi, you have a 3-year statute of limitations generally to bring a case, unless it's involving like a city or a county or government entity. So you need to go ahead and talk to somebody. You said that the person that caused the wreck didn't have any insurance. You said that there was no available from y'all, from your daughter. There may not be any avenue of recovery. You could go and you could file a lawsuit and get a judgment against the person that caused the wreck, but I'm guessing if they don't have insurance or didn't have the money for insurance, they probably don't have millions of dollars sitting around in the bank. And then you have a piece of paper that maybe says they owe you $1 million, but Angela, we say it's not worth the paper it's written on, because you're not going to be able to collect it against somebody. However, if you do that and then they win the lottery or they do get a gainful job, you could garnish those wages, or you could get money from them later. But most lawyers aren't going to take a case where there's no insurance. I'll tell you this, in 25 years, every single case that I've taken to trial and that my firm has taken to trial here in Mississippi, there's an insurance policy behind the person that's getting sued. But we don't tell the jury there's an insurance person. It's just a legal fiction. It's just something we don't tell, because we think that if we do, the juries would award more money. Some states do that, some states don't. But there's always insurance if you go to trial.
That's why you should always talk to an attorney to get
Absolutely,
that information
to know those
right
things,
there.
yeah.
Yes.
I would say so.